Would you stop? I hate you with your giant head in the background. You're such a piece of crap. Get out. God. So this week I did a few job interviews, and it was, pretty, I guess it was like productive, but not in the way that I wanted it to be. I had an interview on Sunday with a casino, an interview on Monday with an animal shelter, and an interview on Thursday with Staples, I think it was. And like, none of those, oh my god, it wasn't Staples. Staples was the week before. Just to show you how many interviews I've done, which I counted yesterday, and it was somewhere like around 10. I've done 10 job interviews, and I am so over it. I just like, I wish that these places would just call me back already, so that, I don't feel like my efforts are going to waste. Because it totally feels like that. It feels like I'm being it feels like you're trying to make friends, or you're dating and you just keep getting rejected over and over and over again, and it sucks, and it's so frustrating and like exhausting. So yeah, the casino one went really well. I think that they liked me, and the person who was interviewing me, she acted like she liked me. She was really friendly with me. She was really casual with me, and we were laughing, and it was a lot of fun. And she was basically saying that they were willing to train me so that I can get casino experience instead of just expecting me to have casino experience already. So, I'm hoping that they call me back for that one. It seems like a good job. It is an on-call job, but I'm hoping that I would get decent hours. The next interview I did was for an animal shelter here in Vegas, and if I had to put that job on a scale of 1 to 10, like 1 being I don't want the job and 10 being like I really want that job, I would say it was like an 11. I really, really, really want that job. I've been trying to gain experience in working with animals in like a professional setting for so long. Like, I've applied to clean poop out of kennels, and I didn't even get an interview for those, and it sucks because I've been trying for years, because what I want to do is I want to be a veterinary technician, and I want that experience of working with animals in a professional setting. And like, I feel like I would, it would be hard. It would be a really hard job to do, and it would be really emotional, but I feel like it would be good for me to take that job, to be able to do that. And I think the interview went well with that one. It wasn't perfect, because like, the thing that I'm going to say is, if you're ever applying for somewhere, and if it's not like a big like corporate place, where there's like tons of them everywhere, I would always do my research on that place before. The only thing that went wrong with that interview was that I didn't really know that much about the shelter, and that was like just stupid on my part. Like, why wouldn't I research the shelter? And I did. That day when I got home, I went on their website and I took notes. I took notes in a notebook. PT, stop. I took notes in a notebook, all the things about that shelter, like the things that they offer and stuff like that. So if they call me back for a second interview, I am ready. I'm like all the way ready. Like, I will be like spewing out facts. Like, I know, like I already know, like I'm a pro at that shelter. But that is my like priority on the list of jobs that I've applied and interviewed for, because I really want to work there for more reasons than just the experience. It's also a full-time job, which I need, and they offer overtime, and I'm like, dude, give me the hours, give me the money, I need it. And it is like a passion of mine, animals and animal health and things like that. It's a passion of mine. So I'm hoping that they call back. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that, but I am hoping that they call back. I worked this week. I worked like 3 days, 4 days, or something stupid like that, and I am ready to leave that job. Like, I'm so ready to leave that job. I really just, I don't like it. It's not like, it's boring. It's boring, and then like, I feel like I'm not respected at that job. Like, nobody knows who I am. The one person who does, she doesn't call me the right name. I get called the wrong name every day, and it's frustrating because I'm like, how could you expect me to like my job and want to stay here if you don't even know my name? Like, it's kind of dehumanizing, and it's frustrating. And for a while, like, I blow it off, but it's just gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'm over it. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm trying to find something else. So that's why I am actively trying to find another job. The next thing I want to talk about is like the fitness stuff. That's obviously what this whole channel is supposed to be about. This week I invested in keto sticks. I don't know, like, in the beauty gurus, they're like, this is in the shade Yellow Pea, and it's so beautiful. Anyways, yeah, this is keto sticks. I did some research on these. People have suggested them to me, but I was just like, it's not as accurate as the blood test and blah blah blah. But I was like, you know what, fine, I'll do it. I'll buy these little sticks, I'll pee on them, and I'll see where I'm at. And this is what the bottle looks like. I got these from Target in the diabetes section, which is like really small at the store that I went to for some reason. It's like really, really pathetic. And it has like a little color chart, and it shows you like different stages, I guess, of like ketosis. And for a while when I was testing, I was very trace. Like most of the time. I'm gonna test once a week. I'm gonna try to just test once a week, and maybe twice a week if I get really bored. It comes with 50 strips, and you pee on them, and then you wait 15 seconds, and then you see where you are. And I tested twice in the beginning of the week, and I was trace. And then I tested again on Sunday, and I was in the large range. I kind of just like with these things, and even with the blood test, it's still kind of the same thing. So kind of just like a hit or miss. There you go. It's a hit or miss type of situation, I guess, with those. Another thing that I invested in finally was a scale. I got a really shitty dial scale from Target. It's like weird, and like my weight is like, it's hard to deal with it, but it helps. It helps me. And on Sunday, is the day that the video is gonna go up, and that's gonna be like my end of the week, beginning of the week type of thing. And Saturday I weighed myself. I was 235, and I was in ketosis according to the strips. So hopefully I can keep that going. I worked out every day this week. I took one rest day, which is what you're supposed to do when you do Insanity, the regular Insanity program, the original one. And that was fun, you know, working out every day. And it's hard. It's really hard. The videos are only like 10 minutes, 10 to like 13 to 15 minutes longer than Insanity Max 30, but it's just like at that point you're just so like winded and tired that it's just so hard, but you know, you keep pushing and then you feel really proud of yourself at the end. And I've been drinking tons of water. I have my my 74-ounce bottle, so I drink 2 of those, and then I still drink like, I think like at least 3 liters like on the side of like either like Mio water or just like regular water that's in there that I just have in there or whatever. And so I upped my water intake and I was able to, you know, continue that. And then I worked out every day that I was supposed to. I counted calories and stuff, but I was on my period this whole week and I was really bloated and just shitty feeling. And that's another thing I want to talk about was bloat. There's a picture that I'm going to post in this video and you guys will be able to see, and it's literally like the difference is like 9 hours. Like I got home from work and I was bloated and gross feeling, and I felt tight and like gross, just like horrible, and I was so bloated and uncomfortable. And I drank 74 ounces of water before I went to sleep, and I woke up the next morning and I looked like I had dropped 20 pounds. I looked like I lost a bunch of weight, and it was literally just all water. It was all water, and it was ridiculous how much water my body was holding on to. And the weight difference on the scale was not big at all. I think it was like 1 to 3 pounds or something like that. But the difference in the way that my body composition looked was crazy. Like I looked like how I did before I started all of this. I was just, it was gross. And then the next day I was like completely different. Like not completely different obviously, but I was different looking, and it was so weird. And I weighed myself, and you know, I weighed the same weight that I have for this month, and like it was crazy to me. I was just like, whoa, you know, it's weird. Like it's weird science. You know, like it's just, it's confusing, and sometimes it's, you know, it's, you get discouraged and stuff, but you just have to keep going and know that your body does weird shit. It does. Your body does weird shit, especially if you menstruate, especially if you have a period, and especially if you have a uterus and you don't have a period, and you just don't because of medical you know, complications. Stuff happens and you can't beat yourself up about it. You know, you can't beat yourself up about little changes on the scale or little changes in body composition, even if they're bad, because what matters is that you're trying, you're putting in hard work and effort, you're doing what you can, and you know, like it's not, you know, it's not permanent. Obviously you're not gonna just stay at that weight even if you're busting your ass and doing everything you can. You know, it's not a reflection of you as a person, it's just a reflection of what your body felt like doing that week. So, you know, stuff like that, like I try not to take it to heart. I try not to take it like, I messed up and I'm horrible and all these things, because it's not gonna help me. It's not gonna get me anywhere. On my way to therapy. I don't know if you guys can hear me because it's really loud in the car. But yeah, we're on my way to therapy. I went to therapy on Tuesday, and it was my first session, and we're also running out of gas, so let's hope that Andrew and Riley can make it to a gas station after they drop me off. It was kind of just like, it was what I thought it was. You know, you're sitting on a couch and you're talking to someone and they're taking notes and they're listening to you and stuff. We talked a lot about my background, about my family, about me, about Andrew, about Violet. You know, we talked a lot about that stuff, and any like habits that I've had, and what my doctor brought up was the possibility of bipolar disorder. And it did make a lot of sense to me, you know, as a diagnosis. And I felt like it was probably the most logical one. And, you know, I feel like even to me as a person that's always struggled with mental illness and that's, you know, seems to be like in the know, like, oh yeah, I know about mental illness and whatever. Bipolar disorder has always had like a stigma with me. Like, those people are crazy. People with bipolar disorder, which is totally messed up and like wrong that like I would ever think that, or anyone would ever think that, because there are tons of people with bipolar disorder and they lead, you know, normal lives. People with bipolar disorder, they're messed up, like they're crazy. They have to take medication so that they don't, you know, spaz out and do weird shit. And then all of a sudden it was me that was that person. I was that person that spazzed out and was doing like messed up stuff. It was me. And it made me kind of just like look at myself like, you know, in a different light. Not necessarily like in a negative light, but more kind of like in like, I'm a person still. I have problems that I'm gonna work on, but I'm still a person. I'm still me. I'm still all of the good things about myself. And, you know, that's what I want people to understand is that, yeah, I have, you know, I have mental problems. I struggle with mental illness. I have for like a long time, but I'm still all of the good things about myself. I'm still all of those good traits that I have as a person. You know, that's something that like people need to realize and like come in contact with. Like, mental illness is not like a scary thing. I mean, it is for some people. I was kind of just like a whoa, like really, you know, introspective like type of thing where I needed to think about myself and my actions and my life and the way that I treat people around me and the way that people treat me and things like that. So I look forward to continuing therapy with my, you know, with my doctor and you know, finding new things about me and things that, you know, finding ways to resolve things, because that's what I want. I want resolve. That's like pretty much what I want out of life, is just I want to resolve everything. I want to just be happy and at peace. So yeah, I'm gonna continue going to therapy, and I'll probably make updates about therapy like every week, and you know, if things get interesting and stuff, we can talk about it. So something else we did this week was we drove around to go do random things like interviews and run errands, and we ended up in Vegas at the Strip. Sometimes we end up getting lost and that's the place that we see, so we end up just going there. We got like hangry and tired, and it was just kind of like everybody was over it really quickly, and the traffic was just like, and it was fun, but it sucks when you don't have money. Goals I have for this week is I just want to try to lose at least 2 pounds. I'd like to be 233-ish. You know, I want to lose 2 pounds this week. If I lose more, that'd be great. I want to get calls back from all the places that I applied to. I want to get a better job. I want to be able to leave my job. I want to resign so that I can get something better that will be better for me in more ways than one. If you feel like you have issues and you struggle with your mental health, I would suggest seeing a therapist. You know, it's not like I'm cured now and like I'm like, oh my god, I had 1 session of therapy, I'm completely better. But I can see the progress that I can make if I continue going to therapy, and like if I really take my, you know, mental health seriously. Like I said, 236 in ketosis, drinking lots of water, doing Insanity every day, trying to get a better job, going to therapy, being a good person, being happy with life, being better at getting these videos out on time. Thank you for watching. Do all the like and subscribe things if you please. I would appreciate it. You know, bye.